It's September 29th, garden update. I'm about to cut down at least one of my tomato plants. The harvest has been okay this year. I haven't taped or videoed much of it, but I've enjoyed it and it's been good. Next year I'd like to do it different, probably deeper beds, maybe less tomato plants, and surround it with herbs. But anyway, try to take a closer look. The watermelon didn't pan out the way I wanted it to, so it gets kind of like to, I think it's the tendrils, but I don't know if it ever flowered or not. I want to say probably not. It doesn't look too great. I have a couple of purple eggplants that are starting to grow. There's another one. My Italian peppers, I've picked some. That's one of the larger ones. I've been picking them sooner than this. A few more over there. It's getting colder in the nights. There we go. So probably won't be too much longer. There we go. So this is my first bed that I planted, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it is. And so these were Romas. Some have been splitting on me. Okay, navigate around. But they taste super great. And a lot have been smaller than I anticipated. But again, they've tasted just fine. Here's my second garden bed, and the Thai basil's doing really well. It's all around here. I also have cayenne pepper. They haven't really produced too much. Here's the beer garden sage, and I haven't harvested too much. This one's doing okay. Thai basil. Then what we have here? We have the parsley. It's the flat type, but I prefer the curly, which is in the third bed. There's one of the, I think, rosemary casualties there, and a tomato knocked down by a bird, most likely. So what else we have? We have either a green or some type of a carrot that germinated. It's purposeful, but I don't water as much as I should. And in the third bed, I'll show you some more of this and my rhubarb coming back from the root. Pink Brandywine tomato is probably the source of all of the disease or fungal issue that's going on. Hopefully it gets picked up by the camera. It's still making some new flowers. Get this out of the way. I don't think they'll have enough time to do anything with this. And as we go back around, you can see a little bit better. And some really nasty looking leaves. Right there's a prime example. But there are still a few pieces of fruit kind of banked against the fence. So I'm probably going to pick them green and deal with them. Better than the birds eating them. I don't think there's any holes. And they're pink brandywine, which they get pretty big, and I've harvested a few large ones before they split. But I'm not going to choose it again next year. You see the growth goes up pretty far. This is supposed to be kind of a trellis. And it worked out okay, along with kind of the pyramid shaped that's around. Here's the third garden bed, and there is a carrot and the Victoria rhubarb coming back from the root. One thing I did pretty well is cherry tomatoes. So this one is the orange, and then I have the super sweet 100s. Some are local and some are from Bonnie Plants, and one of my local nurseries actually is authorized to grow for Bonnie Plants, if I remember correctly. So depending on the temperatures, it's getting colder, I will pick them and process them. But you can see some reds. It's like about half red and half orange. But these will be coming out in the near future. And here's the trellis that I made. It's about 4 feet tall, give or take. Hopefully I will use the burlap and cut it up and compost it, or put it in the yard and then put rocks on top of it. It worked out okay, but it's not too attractive. So that's pretty much it.